Hello from a snowy Old Trafford, where Manchester United issued pretty much the perfect response to Sunday's 7-0 defeat to Liverpool at Anfield, a 4-1 win against Real Betis in the Europa League last 16 tie. United in total control of this game, heading to Seville next week. Both managers keen to say that the tie is not over, but I think to all intents and purposes this one is done and dusted, and United were just far superior to Real Betis. They looked a pretty average side for a fifth place team in La Liga, carried very little threat apart from those moments when United were low on confidence, and by the end United were swarming forward. They'll be disappointed this isn't 6 or 7. Frankly, it could have been an even better night for United, but it was certainly job done after a difficult week. The surprise was that Ten Hag picked the same team, picked an unchanged team. He did just say in his press conference that was essentially a message to the players to go out and put this right after Sunday, and they pretty much did that. A fast start, Marcus Rashford's goal, brilliantly taken. A hint of fortune in it maybe, and it kind of shows how narrow the margins can be at times. A minute before, Dalot's back pass to De Gea was overhit. De Gea had to head it clear, fell to Wanmi. It played Betis into a decent opening, but it was a big tackle from Martinez. United go straight up the other end. Fernandez's cross is poor, but Rashford pounces on the loose ball. Brilliant to go past Luis Felipe and a thumping finish. And at that point, United were dominant for maybe 20 minutes, and it didn't seem Betis had a lot. And then from nowhere, they got back into the game. Hint of handball in the build-up from Wanmi, but when it goes to Jose Perez, you could say that Luke Shaw probably needs to be out to him a little bit quicker, but the finish is brilliant. There was a few initial questions around De Gea in the press box, but I think he was powerless to stop that. The outside of the foot strike started off wide of the post, finished just in the corner. It was a superb goal, and that was kind of the spell for Betis. They were good then for 10 or 15 minutes. It was clear how fragile United's confidence was after Sunday, that the moment they conceded that goal, they really did wobble. De Gea's kicking tonight was a major issue. It just, it wasn't good enough. His distribution has been problematic all season, but this was really poor. 4 times in the first half he gave the ball away, and the worst of the lot was just before half time. A simple 15-yard pass that was 5 yards either side of 2 United players straight to Wanmi, who played in Perez, and his deflected shot hit the post, and if that had gone in and Betis had gone in at half-time 2-1 up, then it really would have been a test for United, because it did feel at that point that their confidence was fragile. But started the second half okay. Anthony then produced a moment of magic, a brilliant finish. You can picture the goal now, I can imagine, even if you've not seen it. Cutting in on his left foot, bending it into the top corner, and that kind of released the shackles for United. Fernandez got the assist, and that inspired him. Whipped one ball across the box then a few minutes later, which won a corner. Shaw sent the corner in, Fernandez with the header. And after that, it was very comfortable for United. Weghorst missed one good chance. He'd missed a brilliant chance in the first half, and then finally got his goal. Pellistri involved off the bench yet again. Good cross. McTominay's shot was saved by Claudio Bravo, but Weghorst slammed in the rebound. As soon as that ball hit the back of the net, Ten Hag was on the touchline and raised both arms to the sky. You could see how much he values Weghorst and Weghorst's contribution. I think that's 15 consecutive starts now since joining on loan from Burnley, and nobody saw that coming. It's only 2 goals. This is his first Old Trafford goal, but he does offer, it's a bit of a cliche, but he does offer more beside goals at times, and you could tell tonight how much it meant to him. The roar in the celebration in the corner of the Stretford end was visceral, and when the final whistle went, he fell to his knees in front of the Stretford end and was pounding the turf. It's obviously been a tricky week for himself after the touching the "This is Anfield" sign. His somewhat flimsy explanation in terms of trying to nudge Van Dijk's hand away from it. Not sure whether he really needed to even explain that, to be honest, but it's been a difficult week for him, as for all of these players, but he got the perfect response. After that, like I say, it could have been 5, 6, 7 for United. Claudio Bravo made a few saves. As someone suggested, probably even more saves than he made in his one season under Pep Guardiola, when pretty much every shot on target went past the Manchester City goalkeeper, but he was busy tonight. Kept the score respectable to a degree for his team, but 4-1 to United in the end. Perfect response to Sunday, and no matter what both managers say, this tie is over going into Seville next week, and United have pretty much 2 feet in the Europa League quarterfinals.